It's alive! It's alive! It's episode 3 or 4 of our Frankensteins of Pennsylvania Chronicle here on the Stream of Blood, where we play tabletop role playing games. Specifically, we usually play horror tabletop role playing games. It's our favorite genre, is horror, and so that's what we do here. If you don't know what a tabletop role playing game is, go ahead and just go Google that and come back later. My name's Jared Logan. I'm the game master and host here. We are playing this game today. It's called, oh, wow, I'm getting some weird, because I have, you know what? It's on fire! My green screen's on! Oh my God, it's on fire! Let me turn my green screen off. Should be easy enough. There we go. And none. There we go. It's called Promethean the Created. It's by Justin Achilles and a bunch of other really talented people. I don't think people play this game enough, and for two reasons. One, I've been having a lot of fun playing it with my players, but two, I think you guys are enjoying it. I see a lot of people watching later on YouTube, leaving comments. Justin Achilles, Bill Bridges, John Chambers, Oscar Garza, Will Hindmarch, Conrad Hubbard, Chris McDonough, Richard Thomas, Mike Todd, and a bunch of other people. I don't want to leave them out, but I can't sit here naming people all day. Thank you for this excellent and extremely weird game. Who knew that our audience wanted to see alchemically created artificial beings stumble through, low-key meet and greet romantic hookups. But that is what our audience wants. It's what our audience craves, and we are happy to give it to you. Before we begin with today's game, and boy, we've got a full one for you, I need to tell you that this is a horror game, as I mentioned a second ago. That means horrific things might happen. Someone might get an arm ripped off. There might be gore. There's definitely going to be violence. There usually is. People use strange, horrific powers that control minds or alter their bodies. If any of that bothers you, I don't blame you. It's supposed to be disturbing. Maybe give it a pass. But most importantly, we are always listening to your reactions to our content, and the place to get in touch with us to give us those reactions is on our Discord server, the Server of Blood. It will be listed in the chat if you'd like to join us there. And come there. Tell us what you thought. We love praise, but we also really take seriously when you have criticisms, gripes, complaints, questions. So remember that we're always listening to you and your reaction to our content. Okay, that out of the way, let me bring in my fantastic players. He's always first. He's the man I bring in first. He's usually got a book in his hand. What will it be today? He's a talented improviser who just got back from a run of shows in Denver, and he is playing Cyprian, a creature that was created for amusement and folly. Please welcome Ross Bryant, everybody.
Oh, hey, Jared. Yeah, you, as usual, you caught me snooping in a book. What a kind introduction. Just like boning up on the age of chivalry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because Jared, last night was the culmination of an obsession of the year, where like over the course of pandemic, I went down various little like rabbit holes of interest, trying to like learn things I didn't know before, and I got kind of into. I tried to figure out opera. I'd never been a fan.
Yeah.
Really. And I got really into learning about Wagner. And last night I went to see my first live Wagner opera. I went to see Tannhäuser.
Awesome.
It was great.
That's exciting. How was it?
It was awesome. Like, I mean, yeah, like just having those voices hit you in real life is like gives you goosebumps, even when you're like 5,000 feet above them. And
yeah,
man, when that Pilgrim's Chorus hits, though, y'all, like,
I mean, you don't got to tell me about the Pilgrim's Chorus. Actually, you do. I don't know what you're talking about, but I will say opera has always interested me, and there's definitely a nerdy way in because they're always about fantasy, like legends or history. It feels like.
And this one is about an old Thuringian troubadour, Tannhäuser, who is wandered into a world of pleasure and lust in the Venusberg, and things open in medias res with our knight in the lap of Venus, luxuriating in a little pleasure palace inside her mountain kingdom.
Wow, I could listen to you talk about this all day, and I want you to take me to the next opera you go to. But
Sweet.
I'm gonna go right now. I'm gonna bring in our very own Thuringian troubadour. He is a fantastic actor that you can see on HBO Max's Raised by Wolves. You can hear his voice in Assassin's Creed and other video games that you enjoy, and he always brings it 170%. Please welcome as Achilles, a creature that apparently was created to be sort of a living alchemical library. Please welcome Mr. Abu Salim, everybody.
What's up?
What's up, buddy?
How you guys doing?
Great.
Really good.
Oh, this is.
Are you much of an opera fan? Have you ever taken any in?
No, I've never been. I've always wanted to go though. It's one of those things that I just feel like maybe I need to jump into something that I've never seen before and just give it a shot. However, speaking of operas, Repo, I think it's called Repo the Genetic Opera.
Yeah,
it's actually an opera that I truly have watched and I loved. And I don't know if that counts as opera. Does that count as opera?
Yeah, it's in the title. It's in the title,
right? Okay, all right.
And now that's sort of like a weird sci-fi horror musical, right?
Yeah, which I watched in the equivalent of high school, right? And I remember like a few friends of mine, because I was a metalhead when I was younger, so like that was just my vibe. But I remember watching it and being like, "This is amazing." So yeah.
Damn, I got to see that one. So many Rex, Tannheiser, Repo the Genetic Opera. Look, you come to us for the Rex, you stay for the role-playing game. Coming next to the stage, she is a gifted opera singer who has promised that she will show some of her skills for us this morning. This was all planned ahead of time. I hope we got the sound balance just right for her, because she says she's going to do a very difficult to hit note. She's also a very talented actress and an awesome role player that we try to get on here anytime we can. As Miss Mary Rose Priscilla III, a Frankensteinian Promethean who was created to be someone's little doll and plaything. Ugh. Please welcome Joe McAdam, everybody. All right, we're ready whenever you are.
I hate you. I can't.
I need you here.
The one of many things I cannot do is sing. And I know I cannot sing. I've been playing piano since I was 5. I can hear notes. I cannot sing. One thing.
It somehow I never was able to either. And I was a theater major in college, and they would hear me sing half a bar and go, "Thank you, we'll let you know." So,
well, at least you tried. I do love operas, though. Not that I've been to many. I go when invited because, well, money, really.
It's expensive. I got like the least expensive tickets, and I was like truly the air was thin around me up in the 5th mezzanine of the LA Opera.
I forgot that aspect of it, is that opera is a little bit like, hey, come and show other people that you too are rich. You know, it's a little bit like
the orchestra. The people were showing out for sure.
Yeah,
up in the proletarian belfry where I was watching. We were in it.
You were up there with the live chickens and the Irish folk doing a peasant dance, right?
Right. We were in the steerage section of the LA Opera House.
Yeah.
Dorothy Chandler Pavilion.
Seating arrangements in any sort of theater setting is always so strange. I mean, even at the Hollywood Bowl, right? You've got all this like cramped at the back seats, like sitting next to, free for all. And then you've got these like box booths with like hedges on the side or whatever for people to like sit and dine at the front. And you're like, it's just such an odd experience to have everyone that cannot afford that to watch it from above and to be able to see it all.
Yeah, everything in capitalism has a booth. Do you know what I mean? Like one time I went to see the Yankees and we got the tickets of somebody who's kind of a VIP, and they sent waiters along to be like, "Would you care for a hot dog, sir?" Like it was like that. It was like we were right
You care
behind
for a
home
hot
plate.
dog, my lord.
A chili dog, perhaps. Truly bizarre. All right, guys, are we ready to play a little bit of Promethean the Created?
Oh, so scary, man. This game is like something else. I just
Man. If only
Yeah.
it was in last week too.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
man.
you should have
Once
seen
again,
that.
you left us on our own and we made a very powerful enemy.
Oh,
Yes.
brilliant. Brilliant.
Made a bit of a mess.
There was a goat
but-
head.
Yep.
Oh yeah, there was I forgot about the goat head. That's awesome. Man, I'm great at this. Okay, let's go ahead and begin our game, Promethean the Created. And who we should start with is the person whom we kind of we lost the thread of last time, which is Achilles. Achilles, I think that you have been wandering Pennsylvania, because that is the parameter of the Chronicle, Pennsylvania, and you have been looking into various rumors of supernatural activity, because I believe that we spoke that, you sort of find that following up these different legends and rumors may lead you along the path that you have chosen for yourself. As one of the lead refinement, you have a book. It is the final book in the library that you were supposed to read, that your creator told you to read before kind of just disappearing. Your creator told you to read an entire library in a house where there was sort of like a flooded basement, but then the second floor, they had filled the living room, the kitchen, everything was filled with these books, alchemical treatises, strange esoteric books of magic. And so you've read all of them, save for the final volume. I want to know, has Achilles read that yet?
I think he did read it after surviving the mad attack of the first of that weird thing that came out of the cinema.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, when he reads that, he gets a message at the very end from his creator, from Ubongo. And basically, it says, when the great library of Alexandria was burned, it was one of the greatest disasters in human history. But always remember, Achilles, another word for disaster is change. The irony is that after Muslims destroyed the library in 610, they went on to encourage learning in a way that the Christians never did. They became inheritors of the knowledge of Greece and Rome. I have created you to be the inheritor of my knowledge. I don't need it anymore. Go forth and seek the beings that you have read about, the Prometheans. Learn from them. Learn to work miracles like I have. I must leave you now. The next time you see me, I will be alive. Burn this library.
Oh, shit.
You are miles away from it. But that's okay. We established that this chronicle isn't happening day to day. Like, Prometheans, they walk the earth, they wander, they fall into groups and then they fall out of them. So, because it's dangerous for them to all stay together in a concentrated source of Azoth for too long. So, did Achilles go back and burn the library down, or has he decided for his own reasons to keep it?
I think he understood where it comes from, right? And I think he did. Essentially, he probably read this in the middle of the night and decided to go back and finish the task of what he wished to, of what his master wished to do. Which is probably destroy everything.
Very good. So one night, many nights hence, Achilles left. He returns to the strange little house, and it's just a little suburban dwelling. But it's kind of in a ruined neighborhood where there's been some sort of problem with a creek overflow here. And you light the home on fire, and there's so many abandoned houses around it. This is deep in the Rust Belt that no one's even going to notice or call the police, really. And the light of the fire is reflected across your face as every single ancient text, strange printout of the revelations of Glocky, all these odd old tomes are just caught up in the conflagration. Thoughts? How do you think he reacts, or how does he feel when he watches the knowledge he's taken in burn?
I think he's even though he was told to do it, he feels wrong, and he feels like it was the wrong thing to do. Hence why he keeps the final book with him.
Ah, very good. Okay, excellent.
Yeah, and he kind of looks at it, but he takes it all in, especially with the fact that because I probably didn't know that my creator was a Promethean, right?
Maybe not at first, but
No.
I think after having read all of this, you kind of realize.
Yeah. And I think that's kind of like a okay. I think he goes off on his way to sort of return back to the troop with a new sort of like new vigor in a way.
Very good. His creator says something kind of shocking at the end of that message, which is that next time you see me, I will be alive. So Ubongo, your creator, has ostensibly figured out how to remove his Promethean condition and become a living person, which is interesting. Let's just, before we decide, what query, what quest we're off after today, let's find out when you track the troop down, when you track down Miss Mary Rose Priscilla III and Cyprian, where are they? And how does that scene go? I'd like to see a little bit of that.
Where would we go post what the house? Just to remember correctly, the house fell in on itself, right?
Yes, specifically because of things that Mary Rose did. You made the house crash down on itself with your tremendous unholy strength.
Right. Okay. I did not remember. Great. And we left a body there, and we just pieced out. Was Doug in the car? Did Doug leave?
Doug drove away with the car. Doug was terrified and affected. It took Doug 5 rolls, but finally on the final one, he was affected by the disquiet.
Oh, yes. I remember you were sadly carving your initials into the tree.
Yes.
Oh, I think we would. Okay, so I think that Miss Mary Rose Priscilla III would have asked the Cyprian where they find the most comfort, and I think that we would have made our way to that kind of place to take care of them a bit.
Yeah. I think, it would be a place where, yeah, I mean, it would in a way be going back to, I think the places where Cyprian feels the most comfort are in a way the places that are the most dangerous to them, because it's feeling admired and attended to. So I think you might have to restrain the Cyprian from trying to go back to a club or something.
What about an open mic night?
Perfect.
Excellent. That's where you end up. You've been wandering for days, and you have found, let's say, in the city of Pittsburgh, you have found an open mic night, and it is not stand-up comedy. Oh God, please no! It is poetry and music, and then I guess if someone wanted to do stand-up comedy, because it's pretty wide open, and it's in a coffee shop. And the reason that you both noticed it is because you saw, a young woman playing acoustic guitar, and this is a popular open mic night. There's like a lot of people inside. And I think when you finally track them, Achilles, you find them here. But let's find out. You don't arrive for a few minutes. You're kind of you're like, where can I go that the Cyprian would go? And you realize they are going to be attracted to a place where you perform. So you've been going through the cities looking for them because that's mainly where people perform, is in the cities. And so you're searching through the streets of Pittsburgh, and you find a lighted room, a lighted coffee shop, warm light flowing out of it into the dark, cold night. And what do you do, Cyprian and Miss Mary Rose, when you were in this open mic night with all of these 20-somethings who want to become folk rock stars?
Miss Mary Rose is just sitting at a table with I still have the $100 that Patsy gave us for bribing. We didn't end up using it for bribing, so we've got like snacks, some food, and that she's just drawing at the table and watching whatever show is happening. And
someone walks up and goes, it's some kind of like bohemian girl walks up and goes, "Look at you. Are you having fun? Do you like music?"
I think so.
Yeah? Would you like a cookie or a little cake pop?
For free?
Sure. You can see she has an apron on and she works here. She goes, "Who's your mommy and daddy? Or your..."
I'll point to the Cyprian,
who is currently writing their name on the list. like, and anyone, if they put their name here, has the opportunity.
Yeah, that's right. There's like 3 people before you, so it won't even be that long.
Very well. I'll take whatever time I need to prepare then.
And so eventually someone, she comes back to you and she puts a little cake pop down in front of you. And she's like, "I was just talking to, what's your name? Little girl?"
Miss Mary Rose Priscilla the Third.
Oh, that's is that her name? Really? Hi. And she's talking to Cyprian. She's talking to Cyprian.
Yes.
Is this your daughter?
I'm like, yes.
I gave her some cake. I hope that's okay.
Oh, yes. Thank you. You're very kind.
What about the cookie?
Oh my god!
Should I get her? I can get her a cookie. Yeah, it's fine. Is it okay for her to have all of that?
Oh, she has an iron constitution.
I need the fuel to keep going. I'm trying to find my purpose.
Oh, okay. Would Miss Mary Rose and Cyprian both roll their Azoth?
Oh boy, it's already gonna go sideways. Here we go.
Fail.
I rolled a 9 and a 10.
Oh no!
Reroll that 10. Reroll that 10 because it's important.
We want to fail, right? Is that with the Azoth?
Yeah, because this is what failure.
Failed the third roll.
Okay, so she actually rolled 3 successes on her composure roll. So she's still just treating you like normal people. Although you're acting weird on your own. So maybe you don't even need disquiet to disquiet people. Anyway, she comes back and puts a cookie in front of you, and people are kind of shushing you all. And then suddenly the guy reads, "Cyprian."
Great. Just like, and you see like, it's like, very well. And just like,
and Achilles, you walk into the coffee shop as this is happening.
Okay.
And Cyprian strides up to this little, just like tiny little coffee shop stage. There's probably like Christmas lights and stuff around, like a acoustic guitar with a capo leaning on the wall, and just kind of walks up to the microphone, and just impossibly thin coat, and if it ever parts, you just see like is that a ruffled collar? It's like like underneath this modern coat, they're dressed like some sort of androgynous, like looking like they're out of like Dangerous Liaisons or something,
right?
And it's like, I wish to
Cyprian, everybody.
I kind of hang back and just sort of watch this, but I might see Miss Marion walk over to her slowly.
All right. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Then, very well. Very well. I'm going to perform an acrostic, and you see, and just kind of maybe only the fellow created don't see what everyone else is seeing, this like androgynous human figure, but like to maybe Miss Mary, Rose, Priscilla, and Achilles, like the ticking is audible, and like you're seeing just an ivory mask, like kind of like eyes rolling and preparing. Yeah. Damnation waits for those who are alone. Oh, that I could in your arms find a home, understanding when it's found in the blood, how like a drug, God among men, I yearn for you now, Doug. And like the first letter of each line is the letters of Doug's name, and it's like
What?
Okay, so roll your ass off.
Great.
I kind of looked. I'm like, Doug? Who's Doug?
It's his first, second, a recent love, who drove off into the sunset. Tragic. It has stayed with them.
Yes, I lost for words.
Yeah, and like we cut that, and it's like
There was a romance last episode. There was a romance.
Doug, oh, you dig deep. And with digging you control, dig deep into the mantle, deeper than the soul, etc. He's like going
Oh,
right.
no.
I'm not sure that they will stop unless we stop them.
Okay.
Interesting. Yeah. And how did you do on an Azoth roll, Cyprian?
1 success.
Okay. The crowd is just into this. But Mary, Rose, Priscilla, is she right? I mean, are you going to stop, or how much time are you going to take here?
I think, I mean, if we have established that Cyprian was made as a little entertaining music box, so I think they have a sense of pace and when it's time to bring things to a close. Yes. Yes. And now, alone again, by the angels you are blessed. To me you're always Doug, and I remain Doug less.
Oh my god.
And it's fully like, and just like the most like at the opera sort of like arms out, like bow, like.
And the waitress says to Miss Mary Rose Priscilla III, "Wow, your guardian is really talented."
Huh?
And Miss Mary is drawn houses on fire, doll houses on fire, and goat heads, and blood, and all over the papers.
What? Yes, they're very good at this.
Child therapy warning signs all over the table. Like
now, so that went very well. And in fact, make sure that your willpower is full right now, and give yourself, let's see, a couple points of Pyros. I'm going to tell you, give yourself 4 points of Pyros, Cyprian, for that excellent performance. That's not normally how Pyros is regenerated, but that's how I'm regenerating it. And then, yes.
Willpower is what plus what?
Willpower is your composure plus your resolve.
Great, thank you.
Make sure that it is full, and of course all health levels, if you took any last time, are healed, because it's been some weeks since that adventure. Achilles, you have come talk to your friends, to reunite with them, because you want to take them on one of your investigations again. But I'm going to let you choose which investigation. There are two that you have found interesting in your reading, in your research. One, you may remember that the situation is there's a rumor that a Promethean named Felicity was found hiding in the ruins of Centralia, Pennsylvania. She was a practitioner of the refinement of copper and refused to contact others of her kind. But not long after, it seems a human woman was reported living in the ghost town, meaning Felicity may have completed her magnum opus and become a human, like Ubongo is claiming that he shall soon do. That is one of the rumors. The other rumor that you can kind of look into is in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, the Amish of that country have been speaking of signs from God. Apparently, crowds of them recently witnessed an angel. It has appeared twice. So you may look into someone who has perhaps completed their magnum opus and become human, or you may look into rumors of angels. By the way, alchemical treatises like the ones that you have read are filled with angels. A lot of the ways that alchemy is supposed to work is by asking the intervention of angels. So that would be interested to someone interested in alchemy or the Promethean condition. What have you chosen to bring in your friends on?
I think after reading the book on humanity, I think I'm going to go for Felicity, towards Felicity. And I'm sort of going to lean towards, first Miss Mary Rose and sort of explain, about Felicity. And there's someone who has, achieved their magnum opus. And we should probably, actually, you know what? I'll present them both. And I'll see what people feel in regards to which way they want to go. And I kind of lean, I'll be like, are you interested in angels or or humanity?
Are angels real?
Yes.
And they're not human?
I can help you answer, Achilles. Angels, according to your researches or Ubongo's researches, are manifestations of the divine fire that animates each of you. Sometimes it's not placed inside a Promethean body. Sometimes it has its own animating force and appears as an angel of God.
And I basically say that.
So, like us, I want humanity. I don't know what I want, Achilles, but we can go to people. I think it's important.
Yes, I
to
agree.
Them.
Yes.
I think someone just ran away from me because they really saw me for what I was. If I was human, Achilles, would they still run away?
Sometimes.
Would you run away?
But, Cyprian, what I saw was beautiful. I don't know who this dog is, but I felt him. So, whether they run away if you are human or not, some people will, some won't. But you, Miss Mary Rose, we will find what you want. We will find it human. Yes. To humanity.
Yes, I suppose so. I don't think it was very nice. The dog ran away. Is it because of his humanity?
It is because he is foolish, and he will regret running away.
So if we have chosen to find this Felicity, then I will move the scene, kind of cut to our party arriving in the ruins of Centralia, Pennsylvania. Centralia, Pennsylvania has a very interesting story. It is a ghost town in Pennsylvania where there was a mine fire many, many decades ago. That fire ignited flammable, combustible materials down inside the mine, and the entire town had to pull up stakes and leave because there is an internally burning fire right beneath the streets of Centralia, Pennsylvania. Even today, many decades later, smoke and ash filter up out of manhole covers and out of any opening into the earth. It is a little bit like hell on earth. And as you arrive, you think, this is where we're going to find someone who achieved humanity, because more than any other location you've been to, it is desolate. The houses are grown over with vines and kudzu. The streets are cracked and broken. The pavement long ago no longer rode over by cars. And occasionally you can see off in the distance, in the twilight dimness, you can see places where the fires are burning, and smoke and ash is rising up out of the street or out of a hole in the ground. Let me know how you would find this person, or what your next steps would be.
Would we feel? I mean, I guess I don't know if they're not human. If they're human now, we wouldn't be able to know if we wouldn't be able to feel their Azoth, would we?
That's right. Although it sounds like Achilles maybe likes to just try like a little bit of a search that way when he arrives in places. And so if you'd like to, then would you please roll your Azoth?
Okay. And that's a D10, isn't it?
That's right. Well, it's 3D10 for you.
Yeah.
Because you have a 3 Azoth.
I got 2.
That is enough. Your strong Azoth kind of sparks with another Azoth somewhere in town. You can kind of even see from here that there is an old garage, looks like a mechanic shop up ahead, and you're sure that you feel some Azoth emanating from it.
Okay, I kind of point to the garage and I'm like, there. We go there. Start like walking towards it.
Okay. Oh, what do you think we will find?
Humanity.
As you get close, possibly this being has also done a little bit of a kind of search or smelled your Azoth, because suddenly this big corrugated garage door goes up, and standing in front of you is another created. Long, greasy hair, face and hands look completely burnt to a crisp. Like his flesh seems like it's horribly covered in 3rd-degree burns, and his clothes are sodden rags. This is the image that appears before you. Here he is, yes, and he says, "Inside, inside," and he's like waving to you, like to come toward the garage.
Oh Jesus! Just start moving inside.
Okay, great. Everybody run inside with him?
Yeah, I suppose so.
At the second you're inside, you hear somewhere out in the city, you hear Ulysses, Ulysses, and he's like, ah, and an earbud falls out of my head as he smashes the garage back down, and then he starts like putting locks on it, like locking everything. And then you see now he's moving around. It's not huge. I mean, this is like just a little mechanic shop. There's like an office and a back room, like a back break room, and then you're in like the main 2, like just bays for like 2 cars. You're in that area, and he's going around to the windows and making sure that these like big metal plates he's put over them are secure. and he's going about his business, making sure everything is kind of secure and impregnable.
What's happening? What's happening?
It's sundown.
Yes?
Sundown is when they come. And now you hear like something scratching against the main garage door, and all of you feel your Azoth like fluttering like wildly at whatever is outside, and you hear tick, 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 like something on the roof, and you hear clang up against one of the covered windows, and he is kind of like staring all around, and he goes and he picks up an enormous kind of like wrench, and he's just like waiting as these sounds are made.
And I'm like, who are they? What is this?
Why are you here?
We are here for humanity. Felicity. You are not Felicity, are you?
I am Ulysses. Felicity is not here. Kang!
Where is she? Why are you here?
Where did...
I am trying to find her. I must go out. And he takes his wrench and he's like putting stuff into like a pack.
And where are you going?
I'm going to confront our visitors.
And I kind of put my hand on his shoulder. I'm like, no.
No touch. No touch.
Fine. Listen, I can draw them away. I'm faster. I can move, run, make sure that my friends are in somewhere safe. Tell me, where should I lead them and where shall I meet you?
No. Don't draw them away. I need to catch them. Catch them. Yeah. And you can see that he's putting like an old bear trap into his bag. And he's got like rope and chains and stuff like that.
Ulysses, what? What are they?
Pandorans.
Shit. Okay. Great. Fantastic.
If anybody wants to know everything to know about Pandorans, they can roll a intelligence plus occult roll.
I mean, I just dealt with one, right?
Yeah, didn't we hear
you
mention?
did. You did
Yeah.
actually. Yeah,
Yeah.
you did. So I'll just tell you then without a roll, kind of what you figured out. When the creation of a Promethean goes kind of too experimental, they don't use like traditional methods like the thing in the theater, or when the ritual somehow goes wrong, instead of a Promethean, a Pandoran or many Pandorans, apparently in this case, is created. And so these things that are shimmying around the garage are, in theory, a failed creation.
Oh,
Okay.
maybe
So-
we should help.
Yes, we should. But Ulysses, these things, they are dangerous. They nearly destroyed me. Why do you wish to capture them?
I have devised a procedure. And he takes you back into the back break room, and you see he's built some kind of machine. And the machine has like an old furnace as part of it, but it's also got all these jars hanging off the side with like various fluids in them. And it's got like an old car stereo, like kind of hooked up to it with wires to kind of like, I don't know, tune in whatever he's going to do with this thing. But you can see that the furnace, there's also like kind of like this big opening where you could put things in and then shut the top.
This is fucked up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you going to help me?
Yeah, Miss Mary Rose is already walking around the garage picking up anything bulky or that seems like a good like weapon if there's a tire iron or anything.
Yeah, you find a tire iron, in fact, yeah.
And
Ulysses,
she'll tie her hair up, Mick.
Okay.
what
Listen
happens
me.
to them when they go in there?
The Pandoran, it is incomplete. I have devised a method to make it complete. Yes, but we need all of them. All of them. Yes?
I kind of look at him and I'm like thinking to myself, okay, is there nothing? Am I getting a sketchy vibe of this guy wanting to kind of form an army of like, you know, other, you know what? Like, is there some like super like this guy's wanting to make like, I don't know, some army of undead of some sorts?
Oh, I mean, it's a great question. Who knows what people are up to in this world? But I think that I need an empathy roll from someone who would like to know exactly what's going on with this man.
So what's empathy? Oh shit!
Empathy is empathy is a social skill, and it requires, in this case, I think, composure plus empathy. We'll let you know.
I can roll my composure. I've got expression. So
I have some empathy. I can.
Oh, amazing.
Okay. Let's see what I can do here. Only 8s, 9s, and 10s are the only successes. Is that right?
That's right. And it looks like you have a composure, Cyprian, of 1 and a empathy of 1. So you're rolling 2 dice.
Oh wait, dude!
I got 1 success.
Oh, okay.
For what it's worth.
He really for a moment a look of pain crossed Ulysses' face when Felicity was mentioned. He does not appear malevolent to you.
Mm-hmm.
Like he doesn't look like he seems more like somebody trying to keep it together than someone who has a plot here. You know what I mean? Like a master plan.
I approach him and like, Ulysses, this Felicity, you loved her?
She's lost. She is lost. I am going to find her. But first, will you help me?
I kind of look to the Cyprian.
And I kind of give him a little like, I believe that what you're doing is noble, Ulysses. Ulysses is trying to get back to the woman he loves. And like, he only knows this because of like roles and things that are crammed into him, like, or them. Yes. Like, yes. Yes, we will help you.
Well, there's just one thing though. And the thing that I have to bring up now is because you said that out loud, right? He's trying to get back to the woman he loves.
Mm-hmm.
When you say that, suddenly Ulysses throws down the bag, grabs Cyprian by the collar, and is shoving him back against the wall. And he's like, "How do you know that? Who sent you? Who sent you?" And I'm going to actually go ahead and allow him a roll to sort of attack you, Cyprian, because
okay.
You've brought up a very sore subject for Ulysses by saying the woman who loved him. So let me see here. Okay. You notice also that he has a power similar to what you have, but whereas yours works like little needles, like tick tick ticking out of your hand, his is sort of like you watch as like his hands become like stony scabs form on them with like little ridges, like where he's kind of suddenly automatically wearing brass knuckles, but made of like bone. As he rushes towards you and slams you against the wall. Would you like to do anything?
Yes, I would. I want to convince him that we're not a threat, or that I, in particular, am not sent by anyone. I'm not here to. I've clearly just like pushed a paranoid nerve, and I'm like, no, we're not. That's not who I am.
Very good. Then
and where that fails,
it seems that you must give me a roll because he is enraged, perhaps tormented. So you must give me a roll, and I think that it's going to be your charisma, and then it's going to be a social roll, persuasion.
Okay, would that be like rather than charisma? Would that be like presence? Maybe
presence. I'm sorry,
Okay.
charisma is a different version of the world of darkness. Yes.
Okay. Here we go. Okay. One success. After rolling, man.
He only got one success on his attack, but I think your one success doesn't stop him from attacking. But for now, no damage because he didn't do that well. He's got Miss Mary Rose and Achilles. He's got Cyprian up against the wall, and he's like,
and it's
"Who sent you? How did you know?"
And this whole time, we don't. I read it on your face, Ulysses. You're an open book.
And I kind of walk up and sort of again go to grab his shoulder to wrench him off. Cyprian.
New round.
Yes, I will do
Mary
the
Rose.
same. I will assist Achilles in that.
Yeah, and my tactics now
the
change.
Oh my god, you're gonna pull the leg off.
You're gonna hit him with your leg or something like that.
What? No, I mean that's hilarious. No. I just meant I would be at leg level pulling.
Oh yeah, pulling
leg back.
Great. Okay, so let me have strength plus brawl from both Achilles and from Miss Mary Rose Priscilla III. Ulysses is going to use his strength plus brawl to get you to talk, Cyprian, but he's kind of in a mad rage. Cyprian, what are you doing?
I think this is one of those times where Cyprian's pride is wounded, since they are a proud creature, and it's like we came here to help you. We put our lives at risk. Achilles found you. I'm trying to speak to you, and it's like, please, no, we're not. And I'm going to, if I can, I'm going to switch and try to get him to back down by threats. And I'm going to use this Mask of Medusa transmutation to try to buff that somewhat.
Let me see. Great, you can use that first. I'm going to go ahead and have because it sounds like you kind of ramped up to it. So let's see how your friends did pulling him off of you. How many successes did you get, Achilles?
I got nothing.
Nothing. How did you do, Miss Mary Rose?
3.
Okay, so Miss Mary Rose, Achilles, you're trying, but he's too strong. He has unholy strength, and you, as a expert on Prometheans, think that he's probably of Miss Mary Rose's lineage. Right. He is probably a Frankenstein, and so he has incredible strength. So you're not able to budge him, but Miss Mary Rose gets down low and just sweeps the leg with her arms. And he goes down hard, smash into the ground, and he is now about to get up and just start rampaging against all of you. But let's see how Cyprian's roll goes. Cyprian?
Okay. So this would be my intimidate, I assume, plus would that be presence or manipulation?
I think it's presence, but Mask of Medusa has a very specific effect, right? It
says this ability replaces a Promethean's features with a horrible visage, and that's all I see. But
each success grants you a 1 die bonus on intimidation rolls. So roll the dice pool for the power first, which is stamina plus intimidation, and then every success you get plus 1 die to your intimidation roll.
Stamina plus intimidation. Okay. All right. I got 1 success with the power roll.
Okay, so describe how your face changes and then add 1 die to a, we'll call it whatever you like, manipulation plus intimidation.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The Cyprian is androgynously beautiful. And they're pressed up against the wall, and you're seeing pleading, What? We only came to help you. And then as Miss Mary Rose Priscilla like jerks him away onto the ground, like it's like you see like kind of brush off the coat and like everything on the face like clockwork, like into this like rictus of like rage. And there are hollows now in the mask where parts of the skull are visible. Like the mask that is over the perfect dead skull like falls away, and you are seeing now just the dead flesh underneath. It's like, how dare you?
That's so cool. That's so cool. +2 to your intimidation roll.
Oh my god!
So many dice. This game is brutal. 1 success.
1 success. So now that we're only, different from our vampire game, 8, 9s, and 10s are successes. So it's a little bit more of a brutal game, but I kind of like it because a lot of times when we played vampire, people were like 9 successes, and you're like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So now, a success is a success here. Only occasionally will I say 1 is not enough. But in this case, your 1 success is a success, and so. You quiet him for a second. He's like,
if we wanted to hurt you, if we wanted to, you would know it. But we are trying to help you.
If you want to help me, let her name not pass your lips again. She is lost, but I will find her. Now, help me grab these things, tie them up, and bring them back to the device. Come. And he smashes open a door to the outside and wielding his wrench and his bag, he goes out into the night to catch these things. By the way, they've gotten quiet during your little altercation just now.
Is there a way up to the roof?
Sure. Do you want to go up there?
Yes.
Okay. What are Cyprian and Achilles doing?
I think I'm going to follow Miss Mary Rose.
Yeah, I'll also let them know that
I'm going to pounce from above.
I'm like, okay. That's all I'm like, follow.
There's a rickety old ladder that leads up to the roof of this cinder block building. And what about you, Cyprian? What are you doing?
I mean, I also like was unnerved by the running on the roof. Seems like high ground is always a good idea. I might do the same.
Very good. You, the three of you, kind of climb to the top of the roof. Meanwhile, you see Ulysses has run off down the street, and he's like, "Come out here, face me!" And you can see that he's got like a big bear trap in his hand, and he's swinging the wrench, and he's trying to get their attention. Miss Mary Rose, you're the first to arrive on top of the roof, and you see on top of the roof that there is pieces of a statue on top of the roof. There's like one shoulder and arm of a statue, and then like a piece of like the waist and leg of a statue sitting here on top of the roof.
I'm gonna pop off my arm and see if I can fit a statue arm.
Okay. You're gonna reach over and try to put that statue arm onto your own arm.
Yes.
As you do that, it suddenly comes to horrible life. Suddenly it bucks in your hand, and you see that the arm is like part of the way it gets around, that this like body part is very much alive. It is the thing that was running around on top of the roof. And the part where it should connect to the rest of a body has become a terrible pair of gnashing jaws. And because yes, and by the way, the other hunk of body that I described, it kind of flips up and where it should connect like to a waist or something. It has a pair of gnashing jaws, and that is completely floating toward. Let's see, over.
So they're just
5.
like body parts with mouths on
mouths.
That's right. Oh my God. Okay, so that is flying at both. It has done well enough that it can attack both Cyprian and Achilles at once.
Oh no.
So one of them's coming at you guys, and one is coming at Miss Mary Rose. But Miss Mary Rose, I think that it's fair for me to get a free attack because you were literally trying to attach the thing to your body before it attacked.
Yes, but I'm holding the arm though, yeah?
You are holding it, yes. It's just that the bitey part.
Yes.
And
it should totally bite where I'm trying to attach it.
Put it in.
Yes. Yes. Oh, this is strange and horrible, everybody. Here they come. It is biting at you, Miss Mary Rose Priscilla the Third, and it rolls 1, 2 successes, but with its natural weaponry, you would have 4 lethal damage coming toward you right now. And I think that is a free attack, so you take that 4 lethal damage. And I'm going to rule that 2 of your pyros is consumed by the thing as it clamps onto your shoulder, and it's like just sucking out the divine fire inside of you. Now Achilles and Cyprian, this thing is barreling toward you, and the reason it's able to attack both of you is it's going to try to ram the ladder that you're just now getting off of and knock you to the ground. That's basically because Miss Mary Rose was up there first. So let's see how it does.
Quick question.
Yes.
How do you calculate your total health? Because I went back to full, but I don't remember what my full health
5
is.
plus stamina.
Thank you, sir.
5 plus stamina. And now Cyprian and Achilles, though, you saw what's happening to Miss Mary Rose, so you can do something. What would you like to do as you see this strange kind of like leg worm, like kind of like charge toward you with snapping jaws?
So I'm going to kind of, the first thing I'm going to do is is there any object or thing next to us or something that I can
There's an old brick.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to firebrand that and sort of put my pyros in that and then throw it down to where we came from, hoping that they go to chase after it. Because of my experience of these things is that they love our pyros. So yes,
very cool. You may spend a point of your pyros to kind of brand that brick, and then you're gonna throw it. So let's see if your attack happens. I mean, your trick happens before its attack. So give me a quickness roll, dexterity plus athletics. I think would work for this, but you could use something else if you have a pitch.
I like that.
Okay, here we go. All right. How did you do, friend?
3 successes.
Well, it got 0, so it doesn't do what it intended to do, which is bite at you or knock over the ladder. In fact, like a dog that's had a stick thrown, it goes and just leaps off the side of the building toward the branded brick that you threw.
Right.
And,
I threw it inside the house, by the way, like as in trying to get it in the building.
Oh wow, yeah. So you swung around and like threw it through a window, or the open door, the back door that he went out. You threw it through that, and so the thing goes, and it lands, like beautifully. Like it lands like on the 1 foot, it balances for a second, and then turns back over into a worm and kind of like slithers into the house. So now you only have 1 in front of you here on the roof, but it is biting and siphoning energy from Miss Mary Rose. And so new round, everybody gets to act. Miss Mary Rose, what are you going to do?
I would like to fall to the ground with this arm in my whatever, in this embrace, this strange embrace that we have found ourselves in, and would like to ground and pound this thing to smithereens.
Very good. And what about Achilles and Cyprian? Achilles first. What are you going to do?
I'm going to sort of shout to Ulysses from the rooftop and try and gain his attention here.
Okay,
But I'm also going to try and grab, and like as I'm doing it, grabbing another brick to do the kind of, you know, again, the sort of firebrandy sort of thing, hoping that it does like a flash, you know, like a flashbang, like kind of vibe, like
yeah.
like a flare.
Oh, awesome. Okay. Spend a point of Pyros, and if you're trying to get Ulysses' attention with this, I think that it's gonna be a little easier for you because you're using a power to do it. And when Azoth flares like that, Prometheans pay attention. So I think that I don't want to make this too hard for you. Give me a resolve, and because you're using, you use athletics again. Resolve plus athletics.
Okay.
And that will get that, like, to you'll throw it so high and far that he'll have to see it. And then Cyprian, what are you doing?
I think I'm
Jesus.
Do you need a moment, Mr.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Life
that's
intervenes
okay.
for just a second.
It's okay. It happens. Perhaps the Cyprian is just trying to hold on. Wait, we can still hear you, Ross. Perhaps the Cyprian is just holding on to the ladder for dear life as we go to Miss Mary Rose. Strength plus brawl, Miss Mary Rose. Priscilla.
Okay, I got 8, and a 10. Let me reroll the 10.
Woo!
Okay, 3 successes.
Okay, let's see how it did on just biting you and siphoning from you. That's 1 success and a 10. We re-roll that. So that's 2 successes, but we're re-rolling the 10, and it gets less than you. So you ground and pound the thing hard.
Oh, I did it wrong. I was supposed to re-roll all of the failures. Hold on.
Yeah, do it.
Add 2 more successes, and one of them was a 10. Another success, so 6 successes.
6 successes. Tell me what you're trying to do, because you have this thing in your power now.
You said it's a statue, right?
Well, now it seems very much alive, but its flesh does not feel living. Do you know what I mean? It's like cold, and it.
I guess I meant the texture of it. You know, is it stone? Is it what is, or is it flesh?
It's hard. It's hard. I would describe it as it feels like a rubber tarp or like a piece of corrugated plastic. Weird chemical smells are coming from its mouth, like a mixture of gasoline and vinegar, and everything about it says it's alive but not alive. It is a thing that should not be. Do you want to break it into tiny pieces? Do you want to?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Smithereens.
Your ground and pound does that, and you watch as you smash it into 2 separate pieces. The sort of torso-y part with the mouth and like the arm part. It smashes in 2, and now those are moving independently.
Oh,
the mouth is just sort of rolling and gnashing, and the arm is sort of like slithering like a snake. How did you do?
It keeps going.
Yeah.
Cyprian, what were you going to do, my friend?
I think I was, because I was kind of last to decide to go up. I think Cyprian all this time has been like kind of halfway up the ladder, like, what's going on? It's like all this chaos is going on up above.
Yeah.
But when the brick, when he sees the very wise move of the brick, and then the tracer's like, yes, we'll get Ulysses' attention. And I think just kind of does a back bend off the ladder to roll off and like run over to Ulysses to join the fight there.
Great. Dexterity plus athletics roll from Cyprian. And how did your roll go? Your athletics roll go to throw up that kind of flare,
So
Achilles?
I got 7 successes.
What? Nama?
I swear to God, it's.
And you're only counting 8, 9s, and 10s and re-rolling 10s?
It was just 10s to 10s to 10s to 10s. And it was just. So it was just like ridiculous. I mean, I had a quite high dice pool. But yeah, so I'm almost imagining. I mean, I wish it was on something else, like rather than like. Kind of vibe. But,
well, what it does something very interesting. It actually does something very interesting. So, how did your roll go, Cyprian? Because I want to describe this in order.
I just got 1 success.
Okay, so Cyprian, you get around the side of the building and you see out like down the street that there is one of these things on top of Ulysses, just like biting him. Like it got through his defenses and
Ooh,
it's like on
sucking
top
him?
of him. Yeah, trying to suck him. But when Achilles like sort of firebrand flare goes up because of his incredible amount of successes, he has created like a firework of Azoth. And suddenly all of these Pandorans kind of like go like, some of them are just hands. Like they all do like pay attention to it. And now they're all wiggling and writhing toward that particular brand. Even the one in the building suddenly like rolls out of the building again. And now you see that there are like 5 different Pandorans all moving toward that brand, which is about, I'd say, 50 to 60 yards away from the building. Now, if someone would like to stop them before they get away, you're welcome to do that, because I know that there are still 2 really close to Miss Mary Rose Priscilla, but the one even on top of Ulysses, as you watch Cyprian, is like leaving him and heading toward this branded brick that's about 50, 60 yards away. So let me ask Miss Mary Rose, as you see these things skitter off, what would you like to do?
I think she just turns to the others and say,
Well, what the heck? You just keep going. What do we have to burn them?
And I'm sort of like, and I think I would be like, I'm like, no, wait, let them follow. And I kind of stay there for a beat longer. Like, and I can imagine like I'm on the edge of the roof, sort of seeing them, because my aim is to then just like dive off and jump off in order to get to the house as quick as possible to get them in the room.
Okay, so you're kind of you're trying to get them in the room now, is what you're saying. You're trying to get them into the house.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. The aim is to get them, yes, to kind of use this as like a beacon for them to follow.
Okay, I'm sorry. I imagined that you had thrown the brick, but you had just kind of lit it up. No, that's okay. I understand now. So you lit it up. So it is not 50, 60 yards away, everybody. It is in Achilles' hand, the safest place for it to be. And so, Achilles, if you have made yourself into this sort of incredible beacon that is drawing them, then I will change my description, everybody.
Oh, no.
The arm and the piece of torso are rolling toward Achilles. The thing inside, you hear it banging against the ceiling from inside, and the thing that was on top of Ulysses and another thing are kind of like loping toward the garage again. And so, Achilles, I will call for you to make a roll to get into the building. So give me a Dex plus Athletics roll to swing down into the building.
And can I use my swift feet to just boost anything?
Yeah.
The feet, it's supposed to double your running speed. So are you leading them on a merry chase, or are you just jumping down into the building?
Jumping into the building. So I guess it's just the jump athletics.
Just a Dex plus Athletics.
Okay.
And
garage that we're going?
Going back into the garage, Achilles is trying to just draw them all inside the building. And so, Cyprian, what are you going to do?
I think I see what now I clearly see what's happening. And I just want to Cyprian's plan now is try to get that brick into the machine so that they'll all just go into it of their own accord. So if Achilles stumbles in this leap down, then Cyprian's going to be like the running back to try to grab the brick and take it to the end zone, so to speak.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Great. Well,
can I change, just considering, we didn't go to the edge or it wasn't further away. If this is happening, I would also like to assist. Should anyone fall, I will simply Shoulders of Atlas lift them with whatever's happening above and continue carrying.
Wow.
Here we go. This is great. I can tell you that I'm giving the thing you split into 2. Both of them get an attack against Achilles as he swings down. So this might be necessary. Achilles, it's time. Roll your skill.
Okay. 3 successes.
Okay. One of these things got 1 success. But the thing inside the house is also going to try to, as you're swinging down, it's going to try to swing toward you. And it does 1 success, so 2 successes versus your 3. It's cool that your teammates had your back, but I think you're okay. You swing down into the building, and Mary Rose and Cyprian, they follow you. And so now you're all in there with 3 of these things, but they only have eyes for Achilles and his little beacon. And I can tell you, you hear Ulysses outside going, wait. I guess Achilles, what's next? Into that back room and into the thing?
Did we count 5?
No, 2 are outside. 1 was on top of Ulysses, but
Okay.
you definitely saw it like moving like very quickly toward the building when you.
So if I hear wait, then I think the aim is to, and this box thing, this machine, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna look to the team and be like, you must trust me with this. And I sort of take the, and I say like, once he's in here, close the machine or close whatever the door is, and I run inside this thing with the brick in hand.
Okay, yeah, it's actually more of like a you have to climb over the lip and get into the big vat. Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So you're gonna do that. Cyprian or Mary Rose, anything that you'd like to do, or do you want to assist him as he is asked?
I'm very nervous about Achilles' safety, but I run up and I think, Cyprian will run up and take a stance by the door and the hatch of this machine, ready for the final piece to run in, or waiting for Achilles' command, and hoping that Achilles makes good his escape from it before I have to shut the door.
Yes, I will assist.
You don't seem sure there.
I'm just trying to think all of the things that could go wrong here. I too will help to make sure that look, if we're waiting to get these other things in there, that I help like basically pull apart and pull like Achilles free of them if that needs to happen, if they connect to them, use the strength that way, right? Like pull things apart. Yes.
Very good. So it looks like we've set a trap here, and we're all trying to make the trap work. So what I would like to do is have everybody pick one role that is their part of the trap. Okay. Like for example, for Achilles, it's probably another one of those Dex plus Athletics to like get up out of that vat at the right time, and so we're gonna leave turn by turn because you guys are literally waiting till all of the creatures come in and jump into the vat, and then that is when the trap is sprung. So as you are watching, just think about what your role is going to be in a minute, because I want to roll from everybody to see if one, not seeing if everybody is successful, but seeing if one person fails and then makes something go wrong. Okay, so suddenly smashing through the open door is other pieces of body, like hunks of like a complete person that have like strange sucking lips on them, and weird, like the joints go all the wrong way, and they are lumbering toward the vat on top of this sort of furnace, and they leap like defying physics a little bit. They leap up into the vat. And now all of the weird creatures, the weird Pandorans, have entered the vat, and they are going to attack Achilles with a huge, big attack. Because he's the one with the brick. And now, what is your role going to be, Achilles? A dexterity plus athletics to get out of there?
Yes, but I think maybe because let me get this right. As someone of Osiris, I and my bestowment of revivification, I can technically die and be revived, right?
That's correct.
Of what?
Well, we would have to look it up, but basically, even if you die, like you can come back at least once. You lose the bestowment after you use it. once.
Mm.
But you can use XP to like buy it again.
Yeah.
So that is basically how it works. But we would have to look it up. But I think that yes, as a Osiren that you can die. That it's okay for you to die.
So this is the thing. So I think like, so what I'm understanding is that Ulysses wants another try at making these Pandorans come back to life again, right? Or
I'm just worried you will merge with them.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's also something that could come out of the bat of something which wasn't part of the plan. But I'm right in thinking that he wants to basically bring these things back to life or bring them to a Promethean stage, right? In this machine.
Yes, that seems correct.
So I'm sort of and if I'm there, I'll probably taint it if I am alive with my Pyros, right?
That's right.
So fuck. Okay, great. This is great. This is improvisation, everybody.
Am I assisting too? Because like this is the part where I want to do the right. Also, like helping separate Achilles from.
Yeah, and as soon as he's clear, then I'll shut the lid on the bits.
Okay, great. So your role then will be a strength plus athletics, my friend, Miss Mary Rose, and yours can be a dex plus athletics, Cyprian. Does that make sense to you? And then it sounds like you are going to leave the furnace, my friend Achilles. So give me a dex plus athletics. But let's see, you have to get more successes than they get successes.
That's a huge attack.
Eating you.
This is unbelievable. Okay, all right. Okay. Is it 8, 9s, and 10s or just 9s and 10s?
8, 9s, and 10s, but you can re-roll 10s.
Okay.
Okay. So I can tell you that these creatures start biting into Achilles for 5 successes, and there are 5 of them. So they're each doing like +2 lethal because they have lethal weaponry. You know what I mean? So you really have a total of like 10 lethal damage coming at you, Achilles. But if you got more than 5 successes to get out, maybe
5, but that was so. What does that mean?
Well, that means it's canceled out. But it's a good thing your friends were helping. Miss Mary Rose, how'd you do?
I got 5 successes.
Holy shit! Miss Mary Rose manages to like not just grab you, but like she has to like rip you free from these things, Achilles. Your like clothes are tattered after this, and you have a couple like superficial scratches and stuff, but you don't take 10 lethal damage as she rips you free.
That would have killed me.
And Cyprian, how did you do?
I 1 success.
Clink. Cyprian,
I rolled 7 dice to go like this, and I do it.
1 success. You have the lid down, and now they're all like. Now let me ask you this: did the Pyros the branded brick stay in the machine?
Yes.
Okay, great. Ulysses comes, so they're staying in there. They're like kind of fighting each other. It sounds like you have like a bag full of ferrets, like, and like occasionally they do something that like akin to human speech. Like you hear them go, give back the birds. Like that's they can only do like pieces of speech and go Ulysses. And then Ulysses himself comes running in, and it's like, you've done it. And he runs up to the machine and he puts a little lock in place that you didn't see there, Cyprian, with your 1 success, so that they're locked inside. And then he starts moving the dial on the radio as he flicks things on. And suddenly you guys feel heat coming from the device. And he's like, yes, thank you. Yes, soon. I'll have her back soon. And heat is emanating from this machine, and the Promethean, the Pandorans rather inside have gotten quite quiet.
Wait, what's happening here?
I believe that Ulysses has found his Penelope, or rather we did.
No. This is what I cannot support this.
Miss Mary Rose is gonna go and try to rip open the door.
Oh, she is, huh?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
when she goes for that, Ulysses turns to fight her. He's like, "Stay back! No, I'm so close."
Mhm.
And so, would you like to brawl with Ulysses?
Yeah,
He also has unholy strength.
I
Oh
figured.
my god.
Yeah.
Oh, Frank on Frank.
Look,
This
she
is
was
it.
made as a doll to play house with some Promethean that made her and kept her as a partner in there.
Jesus.
She's
Okay,
not about to let him do that.
All right, let me get you Ulysses dice pool together here. And when Miss Mary Rose goes with intention toward the big furnace, he lashes out at you to the tune of 1, 2,
I only got
3,
2.
4.
Oh no.
Oh my god. And he gets 9 again.
No.
5. He get 5 successes on that. So he grabs Miss Mary Rose, lifts her up, and flings her out into the other room where she smashes against a tool bench. And I'm gonna make that deal. Let's see. He has natural weaponry, so you've got you have 7 bashing coming toward you, Miss Mary Rose, Priscilla the Third.
Jesus.
What happens when we're out of health?
So when you get to the end of your row, remember there's lethal and bashing. So you took,
Oh,
I think you took 4 lethal earlier.
Yes.
So then you fill the rest up with bashing, and then if you have bashing left over, which you
Yeah.
do right now, you have 7 bashing. Then you have to start filling in from the beginning again, and it becomes aggravated. This is very bad because your lethal is now becoming aggravated. So
so lethal was not aggravated to begin with.
no, it started. So
Okay.
it's like you had 4 lethal. How many HP do you have?
6. So I just took 4 aggravated.
Okay, ouch. Okay,
I have 7 health total.
you can keep moving, but you're taking wound penalties now. Meaning I'm gonna take dice away from your dice pools every time. I think when you're filled, you have a row filled. Prometheans work a little differently though. They can keep going. They're not knocked unconscious by being filled with bashing like a normal human would be, but you're gonna start taking wound penalties. I want you to take 2 dice off of everything you do, unless it's just talking or something like that.
Okay.
Okay. And so Miss Mary Rose gets thrown into the other room, smashed against the tool bench, and then Ulysses looks at you like, "Who else would try to stop me? Who else would stand in the way of true love?"
And then I think I'll ask, did you make her? Did you make her for yourself?
She made me. Don't you see? Felicity was my creator. And then she achieved the new dawn. She became human. And once she was human, she didn't remember me anymore. She didn't remember our love. She didn't remember our time together. In a rage, I pulled her apart. I tried to bring her back. I used the Frankenstein formula perfectly. I'm not sure what happened, but now I'm fixing it. I'm fixing it. And he continues to mess with the dials on the machine, sort of, but keeping an eye on both of you to see if you're going to try to stop him. So I hope that was clear.
Yep.
Felicity was a Promethean who created Ulysses. She became human, and he killed her, and then he brought her back as a Promethean, but it didn't work. He created Pandorans. So
no regrets.
Yeah, he it's been a long road for poor Ulysses. Anyway, is anybody going to stop him from completing this process?
I think I'm sort of going to. I'm going to help him.
Oh. Great. So you need to give me an intelligence plus occult roll as you look at this strange device he's created, Achilles. And you can see if he's making a mistake somewhere.
and then this is the thing. I think I'm going to give like Cyprian like. I'm gonna first of all, I'm gonna see, look at what happened with Miss Mary Rose and see that just happened, and then look again, and there's a slight, like there's a panic in me. But then as soon as I hear this story, like all expression drains from my face. I become almost this. What happens when it's not torment, but
it is.
What's my thing? Is it torment? Right?
It's torment, but you are of the phlegmatic humor, so you become scary calm and can't have emotions.
So this is so this is what ends up happening, because I think there is just this like, oh god, okay, whatever, like we're here now, and like
It's
I
too
become
much.
just very and I'm like, all right, cool, we're gonna go down this path, but I know exactly what's gonna happen to you at the end of this. And I kind of look at Cyprian with like these cold eyes, and sort of before you see like this sense of like, no, okay, everything's under control, you just see like, I got this. And I sort of look to the machine and go towards it. And let's see how many successes I get.
Probably a lot, because this is like your best possible roll.
Yeah. I got 5 successes. So
great.
I'm sort of
So you know that in theory this might be able to work. As long as the Athenor, the furnace that you were doing it in, doesn't have any foreign materials in it.
And I sort of look
the machine starts to go, come. And
I look to him, and I'm like, and I kind of tell him, there's a foreign material in it. You need to save it. If you want her alive, save her.
No, that the process has already begun. What did you leave in there? What did you do, you fool?
A brick with pyros. If you want to save her. And
he you know what? You just helped him. And instead he is just mad at you because he thinks that you have sabotaged him. And so new round, he is going to, or let's start some rounds.
Serious?
Oh, he doesn't work well with others. And you were the one that left the brick of pyros in there. So he is going to attack Achilles.
Ulysses is not okay.
No, he isn't. Okay, fine. Whatever.
You could try to get it out, Achilles, instead of like just fighting with him.
This is the
or
thing.
Cyprian or somebody.
I'm going to almost like try and move with speed in order to open this thing to try and get it out.
Great. I'll allow spend a pyros because your speed can be kind of used here. You move very quickly. Try to get more successes than him. He's going to attack you. You try to get a Dex Athletics to get in there and get inside the machine while it's operating.
And because I'm still positioned by the hatch, can I help this operation to open shut to try to prevent him from getting attacked again as he reaches in?
In this case, go ahead, Miss Mary.
Am I out of this or
no? You can come back in. Just remember, you're taking -2 as you kind of like hobble back in.
Yeah, I would like to run as fast as my hobbling will allow, and come in like a wrecking ball, and I want a battering ram anything in front of me towards this thing.
Okay, here we go, everybody. So strength plus with your battering ram, instead of like hitting, like you can do strength plus brawl, Miss Mary Rose. Just make sure you take 2 dice off of it. Cyprian, a little anticlimactic, but I think your assistance will give Achilles plus 2 dice, if that's okay with you. And then Achilles, this is a really tough operation. You've got to get into this vat and grab the brick while something is happening to these Pandorans, and it is filled with heat. And so you realize it is so hot that you may take damage or be burned by the pyros inside as you go inside. But
can I actually lure him? So in a way, if I run towards this thing to open the hatch, just as he's coming like at me, to kind of get him inside the fucking thing with this?
Yes.
Well, that changes things.
That changes things considerably. Let's see what happened. Do you want to do that? Because that's fine, but it's going to change things a little bit. Great. Then I think that you're making a kind of a feint, kind of a trick. So I need you to roll manipulation plus, you know what? I'm going to allow it to be athletics. You're manipulating somebody with your movement.
Okay.
So manipulation plus athletics. And here he comes to attack you. Everybody roll.
Okay. I got 3.
I want to make sure I understand the transmutation. I spend the pyros to do, right? Battering
That's
ram?
right. Yeah, you spend the pyros, and then I'm not going to make I just want to know how many successes you got, and that's how many that's how much of the workbench you just bring with you into the room. Like,
Hey, I only got one.
And
Okay.
Ross, I got 2 extra die from the Cyprian, right?
Is that right? I rolled some.
Right? Okay.
You
What did
rolled some die too, Cyprian.
Yeah.
What did you roll?
I just rolled. It seemed like dexterity plus athletics to again open a hatch. I got 3 successes. If you wanna
Okay.
take.
Yeah. Then take +3 die, my
Okay.
friend Achilles. Normally that wouldn't require a roll, but you wanted to roll, Cyprian. So that has happened. And how did we do?
Timing is of the essence if we're trying to push a guy in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. How'd we
So-
do?
I had 3, but because of the extra 3, I then got an extra 2, so that's 5.
So he also got 5 because he has that
Fuck.
incredible strength 9
Good guy,
again
man.
thing happening.
Wow.
And so I'm gonna and so let me narrate this. This is like kind of nuts. Oh wait, but I think Miss Mary Rose, you're taking away a success with your success. I think that you hurl something. You don't quite manage to battering ram the whole room with your 1 success, but you hurl some kind of heavy object. Maybe it's like a vice or something off of like a workbench, and it goes hurtling in, and it hits Ulysses in the back. So he's not able to really like pull Achilles down. So I'm going to rule that with all of this together, you only got 1 success over him, Achilles. And I think that that's not enough to get him all the way into that vat and trapped. So basically but he also wasn't able to hurt you or pull you down. So he's laying there with like a big, heavy, like vice on his back, like kind of trying to get up again. And Cyprian has opened the furnace, and something is getting out of it now.
Oh.
It has a naked female form. It looks like it is made out of like ash and like volcanic rock. And where a female face should be is just like, have you ever seen that photo that's just like an apple over the face? Well, that's this, but it has a branded brick of pyros instead of a face. As it gets out, and it looks big and scary, and it's closest to Achilles, and it's reaching for Achilles.
So this is the thing. Can I brand freaking Ulysses and then push him in the fucking thing with it?
Well, that's a good idea, because this is the round where we're going to see if this thing destroys Achilles or somebody, or destroys him. So Ulysses. So can you brand and push Ulysses? No, you can do one or the other. I think in this moment, which one would you like to do?
I'm branding Ulysses.
Okay, great. And Miss Mary Rose Priscilla III, as you see this thing emerge from the furnace, what do you want to do?
I feel like I see the situation here, and I would like to then come up and shove Ulysses ideally into whatever's coming out and get back in there.
Okay, great. That's a smart move. Just remember to take 2 dice off of your roll. And Cyprian, what about you? Still operating the cover?
I've become designated hatchman, and but I'm going to add some juice to that. Assuming all this goes off, I want to lock them in there with that lock that was revealed when Ulysses got close.
Great. Okay, so what I'm going to allow them to do is I'm going to allow Ulysses a Dex plus Athletics roll to kind of like get to his feet and get his bearings and not let anybody attack him, right? Like he's kind of dodging and like moving like defensively. I'm going to allow the thing inside a roll to just hurt Achilles, but if Achilles if Miss Mary Rose can take away successes from this thing by pushing Ulysses in. Woo! Woo, everybody. Okay, here we go. Here comes the Pandoran sublimati is what it's called when you have a completed Pandoran with a weird shining sigil over its face. Who knows which Promethean mark was used? Clint, actually, can we bring up the Promethean marks if you get a chance? I'll keep rolling for right now. Okay, so one, two, here they are.
Strength plus brawl, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Stuff for your next tattoo.
I think it's the mark is quiet. That's the mark on its face, and it doesn't say anything. It's just completely silent as it reaches for you, my friend Achilles. And I'm not going to tell you what it rolled yet. I'm not going to tell you what it rolled yet. I'm going to have Miss Mary Rose roll right now.
We have to destroy Ulysses. Basically, a woman just came out with a brick on her face that says, "Be quiet."
Not a good look, dude.
Not a good look.
That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. I know. She's a silent killer.
Did it. I only got one success.
Here's the thing: can we willpower roll? Can we spend willpower to roll die?
Oh,
yes,
very
you
good
may.
point.
Yes,
Yes,
you may.
I will use at least one, and that lets you reroll what?
Okay, so in this version of the World of Darkness, you spend a willpower point, and then I think that allows you to reroll one die. But you know what? It's so important right now that let me make absolute sure, because I don't want to tell you wrong. Okay, so just give me a moment, and I'll have it right here. No problemo, everybody. Let's see. Oh, it's actually in a completely other book. I'm like furiously paging through a book, and it's in a different book. Give me 1 second, everybody.
Man.
Okay. We get in there,
important.
everybody. It really is, because I know it works differently, and we're using the different systems, so it's important that we get it correct here.
Yeah, and some of us rolled poorly, so.
And Cyprian is like ruminating now, like in their mind, like, I want to help with this love connection, but I don't. But also, like, where's the self-determination here? And also, is the most pure form of love to fully and completely merge with someone, to totally subsume yourself in another being, to occupy the same space, their flesh, literally your flesh.
This is why you have Ross Bryant in a role-playing game, so that when you're looking something up, he can say fucking creepy shit like that.
Very healthy. Very
now
healthy.
I remember. Here's the problem. Here's the problem we have. In the new version of World of Darkness, you spend willpower to re-roll things. But in this case, you spend a point of willpower and you get +3 on a roll. So I'll allow you to do it retroactively, because we're still learning the rules a little bit. Spend a point of willpower and you can roll 3 more dice.
Oh.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, just one.
Okay, Miss Mary Rose and Ulysses just rolled to kind of stay defensive or whatever, and he rolled 2 successes, so he beats you. And the thing rolled 2 successes. But how did you roll anything to brand him? I'm not gonna. You just need to spend Pyros. You're close enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ulysses is branded. Oh wait, but he doesn't get knocked over or pushed in by Miss Mary Rose, and the creature still gets to act. And I have very sorry to tell you, Achilles, that the creature got 5 successes as it reaches for you, and it's trying to drag you into the vat with it. And so with its 5 successes, I'd like for you to please take 7 lethal 7 bashing damage as it grabs you.
So that goes from that side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And when it goes over your health, what happens?
It starts turning into lethal. You go back to the beginning of your health and turn it into lethal damage.
Oh, okay. So
it was bashing, lethal, aggravated, basically.
That's right.
3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, cool. All right. That's fine.
So here's what I'm going to rule. Achilles is now inside the furnace with this thing,
Oh God.
It's gonna start siphoning his pyros
No.
now. And Cyprian, you haven't acted, so I'm gonna let you change your action. I might take a little penalty because you had to change it, but you were kind of set up for a trap.
I think instead of that, if I can, not to retroact, but if rather than Ulysses tumbling in there, if Achilles is now being pulled in, I would try to, because I am the designated and certified hatch attendant. I would try to slam the hatch shut on the Pandoran's arm before Achilles could fully go in.
That makes sense. So go ahead and give me a strength plus. I think this is brawling. A strength plus brawl roll.
Right. Not a good one for me. But let's
gosh.
see what happens. Oh, but I did get one success.
One success. So it's not. I'm going to say one success is enough. Achilles is mostly in, but not totally in. Achilles, you still have like a hand on the lip of the thing. Your arm is still out. Maybe part of your head. You guys are not human, so your heads and arms can kind of twist in awkward ways. But the thing is,
it's like shoot her.
Here's the thing, right? So what is this thing? This is a Pandoran, eh? What?
It's now all of the Pandorans have been merged into one gestalt being, but he didn't bring back Felicity. He made something else. A sublimatus.
So now, do I know what a sublimatus is?
A sublimatus is a Pandoran that isn't animal-like. It is it has human level intelligence.
Perfect. So then I'm gonna kind of, as I'm holding in, I'm like I kind of shout and say, lock the door, lock it. So to kind of lock me in, and I kind of let go to kind of go inside this thing with this, with this thing. Lock it.
And I do so. If Achilles like goes in, then I clink, shut it.
And then I'm kind of, go on.
Well, I think that I would just want Ulysses to react. And now he's like crying and shouting at you, you killed her. You've ruined it. You've killed her. And now we can, I mean, this is such a crazy move that I'm going to say, I'm going to ask Cyprian and Miss Mary Rose if they're going to stand back and let this happen.
Oh, yeah. I'm more concerned with destroying Ulysses at this point. So this can happen.
And it's like, I know to give people what they want. It's what he asked for.
Then I'm really excited and curious to find out what the hell Abu thinks he's about to do. So Achilles, it's now dark, but the glowing brand still stands out on this thing's face, and it is going to reach toward you and start to siphon off of your pyros. What do you do?
So I think what Achilles does is, I guess, with like his Azoth, I think there's a sense of almost like, I kind of created you. You are a creature, but a being of mine. I branded you. And for you, I give you this life. For I wish to give you knowledge and power. I understand there is pain, suffering. But I am here to guide you, to help, to see that you have reason. Take from me what you wish.
The head is sort of moving like, you know, the way a puppy's does when it's kind of trying to understand you. And we'll come back to the inside of the vat in a second. First, Miss Mary Rose, are you going toe to toe with Ulysses again? Sounded like you wanted to fight him, right? Okay, yeah. I'm gonna allow that. Let's do that first. Remember to take 2 off because you're already really hurt.
I know.
And
I'm gonna spend a willpower to add 3.
That's a good idea. And you guys just start fighting and smashing up the entire workshop.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. Now I got excited early. 3 successes.
So, because we don't need to go turn per turn per turn, you beat him, and I like sometimes doing what is called like the done in one combat. So, can we agree that you guys are just bashing each other around the workshop for a little while?
I would love to also like just grab him at the ankles and do a spinning thing and throw him into the next room.
Great, that happens. So Cyprian, you're like, whoa, because they are unleashing all of their unholy strength on each other. But Miss Mary Rose is now coming out on top because I rolled an enormous amount of dice for him and I got 1 success. You got 3. So the fight is going Miss Mary Rose's way, and she is bashing him into stuff.
And as that's happening, somebody is like ear to the hat. She's like, what's going on in there?
And here is what's going on. The thing, it sounds like you're trying to communicate with it to try to awaken its empathy.
Yes.
So why don't you give me an empathy? Oh no, you know what? You're being really poetic. Give me an expression plus presence roll, Achilles.
Okay. Okay, 6.
6. That's amazing. You get it to pause. It stops for a while. Its hands kind of reaching toward you. And then it's trying to caress the side of your face. Do you allow it?
Yes.
And now it is trying to take your hand. Do you allow that?
Yes.
And it pulls your hand, your fingers up to its brick-like face, and it pushes them against the palm of your hand against its face. And you suddenly feel a searing pain as it begins siphoning your pyros. Yes! Here we go.
Hurts so good.
That was very good.
This turn, it only got 1 success. So, Achilles, what you have realized as you lose a pyros right now, and if you're at 0 pyros, guys, you got to let me know, okay?
Okay.
You only lose a pyros this round. It's kind of feeding from you like a vampire would with a favored vessel. It's not feeding from you brutally. It's feeding from you kind of sensually. You realize there's no reasoning with a Pandoran. It's not like a created. It's just not going to listen to reason. So I ask you, what do? You have to make some kind of roll to get this thing off of you.
This is the thing. Go on. If it is now being sort of caring, I think, and I've now this idea and learning of this has come into play. I'm like, okay, now I'm going to literally try and almost like, boom, like shove its head to the side to try and jump the fuck out of there.
Okay, and you were locked in though, weren't you?
Yep.
Did you lock me with the? Oh shit!
That's what you told him to do.
I thought I just told him to close it.
No, I think you said to lock it. Okay, so you've been listening, Cyprian. You've been listening. So here's what I want. First, I want Achilles to make a strength plus brawl roll, not his best.
No.
And then I want. Let's see. That's a 1 strength for Achilles, and his brawl is 1, so 2 dice. Yeah, so Achilles, maybe spend a willpower if you want 3 extra dice there. That makes sense. And now I want to know what the Cyprian is doing. Cyprian, what are you doing?
If I hear it go from quiet to like slamming, and especially if Achilles like, let me out. I don't know.
Yeah,
I think so. Cyprian, do you think about Achilles and what he has attempted here, or are you afraid of him, or you just want to help him? What do you think?
Yeah, I'm Cyprian's in allegiance whiplash, because at first I was very taken with with Ulysses and by the charm of this romantic tale. And then the tale got a little bit less romantic, but it was like, interesting. There are many ways to express affection. But when Achilles did this, it was like, is he attempting to merge with it, create it, befriend it?
All you hear is, "Let me out! Get me out of here!"
Something has gone wrong. It fears him, and or vice, and I try to go to open it up.
Okay, great. So, how did you do on your brawl roll?
I got 3.
It got 1. You rip yourself free. You bang against the top. Cyprian lets you out. You climb up over the lip, and Cyprian, let's see if this thing escapes. This is the big roll to see if it escapes.
It all
We're at
comes
the end
down,
of our 2 hours. It comes down.
It all
to
comes down to a hatch close.
It
ladies
does.
and gents.
It does. Dexterity and dexterity plus no, this is strength plus athletics. Cyprian, strength plus athletics.
Okay, now
Use a willpower, mate.
could I bargain this to be a fight, and thus with my finesse fighting exchange that strength for dexterity?
I will allow it.
Thank you, sir. And why not spend a willpower for all the marbles? Here we
We're
go.
all doing it.
Hey, everybody's doing it, dude. Spend some willpower. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3.
It's so funny to me that Ross, the whole time you were like, I guess I'm just opening and closing this hatch the whole time. But now this is like the big roll of the whole thing.
Yeah, I love it. 1, 2, 3. Finally, 5 successes.
It's down. It's locked. You like, you like.
With the power of dexterity, I close the hatch.
The thing sizzles inside because perhaps Achilles. Are you trying to destroy it, Achilles?
Yes.
Then you would know how to mess with the dials on the side to destroy it. Are you going to do that?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
And can I maybe also say that because I exchanged dexterity for strength, it wasn't so much a slam down as much as like Cyprian noticed like a loose screw, and it wasn't like a slam, it was more like a pull, and like big parts of it just kind of like collapsed and jammed it.
You hear the thing inside very hollowly go, Ulysses. And
He can't hear you now.
It's quiet. In fact, he is. He has an old car on top of him, thanks to Miss Mary Rose Priscilla III. You have defeated him, Miss Mary Rose Priscilla III. He is not destroyed. Would you like to destroy him, like rid him of his existence?
To be Miss Mary Rose is not, educated in the way that Achilles is. And she's very hurt, and she knows she's made up of other things. And I think she's going to try and somehow like devour him in a way to try and like siphon some sort of like strength back for herself. I don't know how any of this works. This is just
that sounds like a vampire-y thing to do. You're going to try to like steal Azoth from him in some way. So
I don't know.
I love this.
you need to give me a strength plus occult roll, and if it is successful to the tune of 3 successes, I'll let you know what you do to him.
Oh, I don't think I have any occult. No. Okay.
That means it's a -3, and then plus your -2.
Oh no, I don't have
-5.
dice.
Then roll 1 die.
Okay. Wait, can I even do anything though?
No, I don't think you can do this. I think that you're utterly, you're utterly exhausted. You're utterly you're so badly damaged, more badly damaged than you've ever been damaged before. And
can I still just eat him for sustenance?
Yeah. Do you want to just kind of gnaw off part of his ear?
Yeah, it's just sitting there.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, the fires are still burning beneath Centralia, as a little girl gnaws at the face of a burnt man who lies underneath the carcass of an old Dodge. and the entire workshop has been completely. It looks like a rampage has happened inside of it. Everything is broken. Every piece and tool is shattered and laying all over the floor. And that is where we will end for today. But I will ask one final thing. Do you try to take Ulysses with you, or do you just leave him with pieces missing from him and move on?
No, I try to destroy this creation before we leave.
Great. Yeah.
sure.
So you push him into one of the holes in the earth in Centralia, down into the fire that consumes the earth beneath this city. And in that moment, you must make for me a humanity roll. Your humanity right now, Miss Mary Rose Priscilla III, is at 7. So I want you to
Oh.
roll 3 dice.
Okay. I didn't even know there were humanity rolls.
Oh yeah.
I got a 9. Just
So
one
you got
success.
1 success. That's enough to save your humanity from going down. It stays at 7. You are still somewhat like a person. You retain your personhood, and the crew moves off into the darkness with the fires of Centralia burning beneath the earth, and somewhere inside of them, Ulysses, burnt by those flames, reduced to ash. And that's where we end for today.
Oh man, do I
The
keep
end.
trying to kill all the people who are supposed to come with us?
Hey, that's
So
a choice.
sorry.
No. That's a choice. It's open-ended. And you can certainly add Prometheans to your branded throng of Prometheans, but you haven't liked any of the ones you've met. They've all caused problems.
They've been pretty fucked up right now, so I don't blame you personally.
She's almost dead. I have like three boxes of. I only have 1 willpower left. Look, yeah, low willpower. You do what you do.
I didn't necessarily expect you to take them all along with you. But I definitely didn't expect you to eat them. So
yeah, just I'm imagining Cyprian watching that happen. Just like, sort of thing is frowned upon, I believe.
there is a reason. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I did start by eating roadkill, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is true.
It's not
Yeah.
so far off, and he's literally got a car crushing him.
There is a very interesting in-game reason why one created would eat another. Your characters don't know about it.
Really?
It's the same reason that Pandorans want to eat you and siphon your pyros. So perhaps Miss Mary Rose Priscilla III is just destined to become an horrible, flux-addled, evil Promethean. That could be a fun journey.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Oh, dope.
It's like, how does it taste?
Oh, come on, guys! I left this character back in another game, please.
Thank you to Abu Salim, Ross Bryant, and Joe McAdam. That was another fantastic game. We'll see you guys next week.
Thank you.
Find them on their socials. Tell them how much you love them. Tell them how much you enjoy their performance. Watch and take in everything they do because they're very talented people, and we are very lucky to have them on the Stream of Blood. That is today's installment of Frankensteins of Pennsylvania. There will be, I think, 2 more on the 14th and on the 21st. And then when we'll end our little mini chronicle here. I really like the length of this chronicle. I think we've gotten to do a lot already. So come back and see us on the 14th at 9 a.m. PT for more Frankensteins of Pennsylvania. And this week on Tuesday at 7 p.m., that is Tuesday, November 9th, tune in for Mork Borg. We're going to be playing Mork Borg with Mike Drucker, Diana D'Amico, and Paula Deming. It's Thaco Tuesdays. It's back, but this time we're playing a different OSR game, Mork Borg, the most black metal of all the OSR games. So check that out at 7 p.m. Pacific on Tuesday. Guys, thank you for viewing the show. Thank you to Clinton Trucks and Brian Baldinger, my producers and partners. Megan Arch, who does our social media, and Jill Petracek, who puts together our art assets and does our art direction. It's been a pleasure playing for you again, and we'll see you here soon. It's alive! Alive! They called me mad. Goodbye. They called me mad.